I'm section hiking the Dajia Mazu Pilgrimage. This is my 5th year. About 3 kilometers back there, I couldn't stop because I was going 60 kilometers an hour and somebody was behind me, but there were pole dancers at 6 a.m. Isn't it too early for pole dancers? Not in Taiwan. These guys are all in the same group. They all got the same kind of cart. I have to remember where I'm at. There's a structure. I found a parking space. I think I'll be okay here. There's a Cosmed over there. So I got way off track because I used my GPS to take me to the Yongjin train station, which is that way, and the pilgrims are that way. I think I see some up ahead. I think this is where I ended up last year. I was way off track. I was going down these narrow roads and I was so worried that I would get stuck in there. It was really cool because, you know, it's the all really old houses, narrow lanes. I'm on a big road again here. As far as the gear that I brought with me for a 5-hour walk, April is kind of one of those iffy months in Taiwan, so it could be a little bit cool, but as you walk for a while, you're gonna get hot. So really light clothing, but I wore my sleeves, my sun sleeves, as you might see in the video, and a hat which completely covers. And even that was not enough with the strong sun. I got a really good farmer tan. I got a burn here. It doesn't really hurt, but this stuff is key in Taiwan, as you might know. Sunscreen, I should have covered this area and maybe my hands. You'll see towards the end of the video, I actually stuck a fan, which I got for free, handheld fan, in my watch and my sleeve to cover this hand from the sun. And I wore calf sleeves as well. So completely covered, but yet loose, airy clothing, a light color, I think personally is best. And then for a long urban trek, it's, you know, you always want your navigation, and I always want to take video, so it's a super must to bring an extra battery for your cell phone, I think. I brought just my hip pack with a little bit of water. You might think, well, you're being supplied the entire way by aid stations, but there are sections where you're going long stretches and you may run out of water or run out of liquid. And then you also don't want to be always carrying the trash, basically, after you finish something that you get from one of those aid stations. You want to have enough pocket space to hold that trash and then throw it away at the next station. This year, I didn't bring a backpack. A lot of people, and I've done this in other years, is just like, you want to collect all this stuff. But I kind of felt, if I'm not going to use it, I'm not going to take it. But, you know, it's up to you what you want to do. I did take, as I said, the handheld fan, and I took they're called plasters that have sports cream on them. And those are super helpful. I didn't put one on during the walk, but as soon as the walk ended, I stuck one on my back because I was aching. I like to have a sports watch to document the journey and look at the map afterwards. Tissues might be a good idea. This is part of my everyday carry in Taiwan anyway. Convenience stores do offer toilet paper, but you never know. This year I didn't walk at night. I started an hour after sunup. So I didn't need this, but I brought it anyway. It's a flashing light. You want to be seen by those cars. And there are sections where there is a narrow shoulder where cars are whizzing by the pilgrims, unfortunately. It says Huandao. That's to go around the island. It's popular for cyclists to do it. It says it's 57 kilometers to Jai and 16 kilometers to, it just says Big Bridge Station. First of many refreshments. I think a nice amount of distance today might be 16K because I saw that that's the distance to a bridge. 2 kilometers to Tianwei. That's a place that's famous for the flowers. And exotic plants and rocks. One of the special aspects of the Mazu pilgrimage is seeing all these floats lit up. It's like a big parade. Hello! No thanks. Yeah, I need gas too. 不用，谢谢。Temple organizations travel in groups. They often are carrying flags, as you see. I have like perma-grin on because you have to deny when people try to give you stuff. You have to be nice and like, no thanks. But I just picked up some plasters, which will be good for my back, my hips, maybe my calves. There's like a pack of 6 of them. I love inspecting everybody's gear. Now these are facing this direction. I'm in Beidou. So it's not exactly a straight shot. You gotta follow the signs. Dajia Mazu. The reason why you snake around is because you go into all these different temples. Special hats here. How big they are. Giving out corn over there and a lot of guava, a lot of bala. I've done 5.2 miles so far. I feel pretty good. Some nice country homes. Not too many convenience stores in this section, but there's actually a lot of, I guess we can call them stands, more than I would have thought. Beautiful. It's a camper. You don't see too many of those. Here's one here. Trailer with a thatched roof. Very inclusive. So it's like, if you don't really want to walk the whole thing, you don't have to. These guys got solar. Hey, come go. There's a sign over there for tacos and nachos. It says it in English. And we're really kind of in the countryside here. At a place called Xiluo Gardens. 你好，谢谢。Here's the pilgrimage. This must be a big deal. This is so random. We were walking in like the middle of nowhere and then suddenly there's a 7. Wow. This is my sun protection right now. For the last kilometer, I was using it as a fan, but I got tired of waving it. 9.5 miles so far. This must be the biggest thing that goes on here annually, because everybody's painting it on their walls. I passed 100 of these things. Coming up on 11 miles. There it was. It's not like a marathon because I only have pain up till about here. In a marathon, even my scalp hurt for some reason, sometimes. Yeah, but I'm feeling it in my arthritic toe, my glutes, calves, lower back. And these people are doing it every day, like morning to night. It's just amazing. And I come out here and I'm on hour number 4. 4 hours, 8 minutes. Maybe I'll do one more hour. If we get to a town, I gotta get a cab to get back to my car. I don't know how I'm gonna get back, really. If we're in an area like this. There's some like rainbow colored smoke way in the distance there. I don't know what that's all about. Interesting. There's a smokestack. Must be an incinerator up there for garbage. The first Adoga shout out from the ladies back there. Early on, some kid ran up to me. He's like 10 years old, and he goes, "Welcome to Taiwan." And I was thinking, I've been here probably 3 times as long as you're out. But yeah, it's cool. Just after I say that, the people over there shouted out, "I love you." And they gave me this. There's a roadway there. And yeah, a little place. I think I'm gonna sit down for the first time. Wonder how far that goes. Oh, look at all those workers in the field. Oh, I wish I could zoom in further. I'm afraid if I sit too long though, I'm gonna get all stiff. So I better keep going. I should probably get some calories. Somebody needs to fix these floorboards. It's a big power tower. Xiluo Dajia, written right to left this time. I think I have 2 kilometers until the Fuxin Plaza on the other side of this bridge. And then it looks like a city, so I can get my taxi there, hopefully. I'll wrap it up. Guess they closed this off to traffic, which is really nice. This is a super long bridge. Camping spot. Almost there. As soon as I got over the bridge, I found this guy. At first he denied me because there was a woman, but then I crossed the bridge and the woman got out of the car and he's like, "Where are you going?" And I said, "I'm going back to Yongjin." So it's 30 kilometers and it'll cost me $1,200. Yeah, so perfect timing for this guy. Thank you. What an event. I loved it. So now I know next year I have to go to the other side of that bridge. Can't drive on the bridge. I have to find another way to get to the end of that bridge. That is in Yongjin. And then the guy, at first he said I had 50 more K, which would have meant like I'd have to do this for 2 more years because I usually do a half marathon at a time. But then he looked it up and I think he said I only have 32 kilometers left. So I might be able to finish this thing next year and get from that point to Dajia, which is the turnaround. And I'm not going to come all the way back. I just want to do, this will be completing the, over 5 years, will it be 6 next year? Completing the one-way trip of the Dajia Mazu. It was really nice talking to that taxi driver. And I met a couple of people, I met some couples towards the end that I spoke to a little bit more. But most of it, I wasn't talking to anybody. I mean, people were nice, but it was kind of like zombie mode. People were just like, they've been walking for days. They're tired and friendly, but quiet. People just kept their head down and you know, went after the miles. Sometimes people played music. One guy was singing to himself, but just, it was amazing. Interesting.